I'm going to show you how to do forearm stand. This is my favorite. I love this more than like handstands, headstands. I think headstands are pretty dangerous, so if you're going to try something that's not a full handstand, the forearm stand is 100% the safest way to go. You have such a large base because you're placing your weight and your balance on your forearm. So it's nothing's on your head. There should be no pressure there or on your neck. And it's slightly easier than a handstand. You're not lifting your entire body. You have a nice platform and it's a lot easier to balance. So I'm gonna walk you through a few easy steps for the setup, and then I'm gonna show you some different variations you can do once you actually get into forearm stand. So we're gonna turn on our mat, and you're going to come down onto your knees, and your forearms are gonna be on the ground. And you want your fingers nice and wide, nice and spread out, so you have as large of a base as possible. And then what you're gonna do to kind of get ready for the pose is just make sure that you're warmed up and your back is nice and flexible and stretched out. And then as you do this, you're gonna come up onto your toes. You're gonna come up, so raise your knees, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna kick up. So one leg at a time, kick up. And if you need to practice this part, this is where you don't want to over kick and then fall forward, and you don't want to under kick and then you don't get up there at all. It's kind of you're kicking up to find that perfect center of gravity. So this may take a few times before you get used to it, but it should look like this. And then once you find that nice sweet spot, you'll be able to sink into your hips, and this is where your back bends. So right here, I feel nice and stable. My arms are nice and strong, and my fingers are wide. You should be looking out towards past the tips of your fingers and point your toes. So this is a nice rounded forearm stand. Another way though, you can also just bring your feet up and be in a nice straight. When you have your legs straight, you can also straighten out your back and use that core strength. Another one is you can bend your legs like so. Switch. Again, do all this nice and controlled so you can keep your balance. And then now to come out of this, you can simply kick your feet down, or you can fall into a bridge or wheel pose, which will look like this. And here you can kind of stretch out the back fully, and then you can also come up onto your hands before standing up. So usually when you do these, obviously this is not at the beginning of your yoga sequence, this is later in your practice, so your body is nice and warm. You don't want to do this in a cold forearm stand. You want your entire core to be nice and warm and stretched out so you don't hurt your back. This may take a while again to find that balance, but once you find that nice core balance, it's pretty stable and you can feel that you're kind of locked in. Like there's one sweet spot where you're not too far forward and there's not too much weight towards the back. Once you get that position, then you can do different variations with your legs. Stretch them out, stretch your back out, straighten your legs, and just kind of test your balance and just see what you can do. Some beautiful poses in there too. So I'm going to show you one more time, and I'm not going to talk this time, and I will just, so you can watch the sequence on how to do it. You can also work on getting your feet to touch your head for like a full complete circle. To come out of it this way, you can land in a dolphin stance. So this is downward dog, but when your forearms are still on the ground, it's called dolphin. And you can stretch out that way. And there you go. Let me know where you are with the forearm stand. Let me know your favorite positions in the forearm stand. And let me know if this was helpful. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you back here next week.